mind here is, why don't we have more meetings? Why don't we have a partnership? We talked about county government, we talked about business, we talked about the environmentalists. We never talked about the people. We need to get more people here. And I got to tell you, Christie has a town hall, and if we have to protest out in front of that town hall, we're going to do that because we're sick and tired of this. I've been a Republican all my life, and I'm disgraced to see this plan that the Republicans have proposed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anthony Cortez. There's an Anthony and then a Patricia.
All right. The only thing I want to say is that, you just see farming and all kinds of things just getting built up all over, and I don't want to see the whole state turning stagnant.
Patricia Cortez. Peter Humphreys. Sir.
Could I have Mike?
Sure.
Good evening, everybody. I'm very upset with how things are going. I wish that professor was still here. The professor suggested that we have all these railroads and stations in New Jersey, so we don't have to worry. We could put everybody next to them, and we don't have to worry then because they ride around on their bicycles, walk to the station, and so forth. All that bullshit. Oh, I'm sorry, crap. But the thing is, like I had a job up in New York City. I used to take a bus all the way up from Tom's River. It was very convenient. Now I lost my job. Now if I wanted a job at Rutgers, how the heck am I going to get there? Am I going to take a bus to where? There's not a bus to Princeton or anywhere else. And I don't see how this is going to work. It works great in New York City. You got all these subways running around. You jump off one, you run another one, and you're on your way to work in 10 minutes. Not in New Jersey, you can't do that. Well, that's one thing. The other thing is that I think this is just agenda number 21 for the UN. And that's definitely what it is. And I don't think that we should be running this agenda 21 in New Jersey. It's going to put us down. And I agree with most of the people who said that. You know, there's one thing people have been talking about. Well, they haven't been talking about it. I don't know about this commission here. Are they going to cut down on the government, cut down on taxes? I haven't heard anything like that. Where do you get that from? How are we going to get this organized and they're going to run this for nothing? I never heard anything run by nothing. And then they're going to put, I don't know how many people on this whole organization. It's a wonderful idea. We're going to put more people to work. I want to get into some other things. Well, one thing is businesses are just going to move in here. Well, who's going to get them to get in here? I don't hear anybody on this commission going to get any manufacturing in here. Where are we going to put them? And then they're going to decide where they want to move. They're not going to say to these guys, where do you have all these people that I can use? They're going to move in where they can move in where there's low taxes, where they can start up a business. And I'm sure they're going to put it near railroads if they need some transportation out. Let's see what else. People have been talking about all this water, clean water in this state. Well, getting the highlands so we can get clean water is a wonderful idea. You know where all our water goes from? When you have it in the tap, it goes down the drain. It goes to the sewer. And guess what happens when they go through the sewer? They throw it out into the rivers and into the ocean, and it's gone. That's all our clean water. In Germany, they process that water. In Hamburg, they say, people there say, we're drinking water that's gone through 9 people already. they, when it goes into the sewer, they refine the water and they can ship clean water to the next town. We could do that here too. Just get in the highlands so we can get all this stuff, all the water from there. When we got it right here, you can reprocess this water and not have to keep taking it out of our great big reservoirs that we have to build. And I guess that's about it. I guess I've had enough.
Thank you. Al Pollen is up after Beatrice.
Thank you. The repressing water, of course, would be part of the planning, so I guess we can't put down everything in the planning. And we have droughts every 11 years or so, and it gets really bad here in the water supply. But then when we get rainy seasons, it doesn't seem like we're increasing those reservoirs any, so I think maybe we could do a little planning in that department also. But on a whole, and I know one thing I think about, the agencies working together so that the permits are the same for groups that want to do something is a good idea. So I can't knock this planning idea completely, but I'll tell you, I'm very wary. I do not trust government. I haven't trusted the government for quite some time, and it's getting worse and worse every year. When I hear sustainable development, red flags show up in my mind. And as far as 6 meetings go, for a state of this size, with a population of this, that is deplorable. Yep. And I hope everyone calls their governor and tells him so. There should be one in every county, and it should be publicized, and we should demand it. Yep. Now, I called the governor, and I tried to call the lieutenant governor, who is supposed to be in charge of this, who wasn't in her office yesterday. But I left the message, and I think we should call the governor a lot of times. I'm sure they're sick of hearing from me because I call quite often, but that's the only way. We have our representatives, we have our senators, and we should let them know what we don't like. And transparency, what a joke. That is an insult to every one of us voters from the Washington on down. And this example of 6 meetings is an example of that lack of transparency. They can give all kinds of fancy talk, but for God's sakes, we're not stupid, and I think they're trying to insult our intelligence. I fear land grabs with this, very much so. I do not trust the way the government can, what did they say, condemn a land and take it over. I think that's terrible. And I'm afraid that's what would happen here in a lot of places. Planning is a good idea, but good planning is an excellent idea. And planning for just the sake of planning, that's not a good idea. In the Star Ledger on Tuesday, this past Tuesday, I had the paper with me, but by the time we found this place, I managed to lose the newspaper. There was an article in the paper last Tuesday, Newark Star Ledger, on page 16. It tells about New Jersey Senator Sweeney's proposal. And if you want to see an example of top-down control instead of bottom-up control, read that article. Governor was on 101.5 last night, and he was telling about Senator Sweeney's proposal and saying it's an excellent idea. It's going to be fast-tracked through our New Jersey Senate. And this is about darn it, I didn't write down what it's about. The towns, the various towns. They're trying to get towns to merge their different things to save on money. Supposed to save the towns a lot of money. And Sweeney said they've dangled the carrot and we haven't bitten, and so now he's going to wave the stick. And the stick is this. They're going to estimate how many the various towns can save if they combine different things, combine governments, combine expenses, and so on. They're going to estimate how much. And then, get this, you voters, when they determine how much we would save, they're going to let us voters vote in the towns whether we want this plan or not. Isn't that nice? If we don't, if we vote it down, the state has estimated how much we would have saved, and that money that would have come from the state isn't going to come to the town. We would actually be taxed or deprived of that amount of money. But you got a chance to vote on it, so you can't say they're not giving us a vote. Now, I want to know more about that plan. And he's fast-tracking it through our Senate, which means it's going to be the second bill he's bringing up, according to the governor last night on the radio. I think we better look into that plan and check on that, because that's not a bottom-up plan with the counties or the towns. That's a top-down from the state. I'm worried about it. Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's about it. Okay?
Al Polling, P-O-L-I-N-G. Michael Pennyjohn. Michael Pennyjohn. And Marcus Pennyjohn. Okay. Well, we'll just say, has anybody that has submitted a written request to speak not been given the opportunity to speak?
Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming down to the meeting. Keep in mind that it's a 30-day comment period. If you go into the State of New Jersey website, you can get written comments. And written comments are very valuable for us. It gives us something tangible to refer to for the meeting content. Thank you all very much, and get home safe.